Hi there. Have you heard about the Philippine renewable energy market, and you basically have no idea about it? Well, let me help you in understanding what this new market is all about. Pursuant to the Renewable Energy Act, the renewable energy market is established to serve as the venue for the buying and selling of renewable energy certificates or REC, so that mandated participants can comply with their annual Renewable Portfolio Standards or RPS. Their compliance can be demonstrated by retiring the number of RECs that are required for a particular compliance period. So, what are the objectives of the renewable energy market? Firstly, the market can take into account all actual renewable energy generation from eligible renewable energy generation capacities, and correspondingly, issue the renewable energy certificates to the assigned mandated participant. Secondly, we can centrally monitor the compliance of mandated participants to their renewable portfolio standard requirement, and be able to assess how far or near are we in achieving our targets in the renewable energy law. Third, the market will provide and ensure a level playing field for all renewable energy participants. And, finally, the market will serve as a venue to have a competitive, efficient, and transparent market for the trading of renewable energy certificates. So, how will the establishment of the renewable energy market benefit the Filipino people? The market will promote the use of renewable energy resources, which in the long run more affordable and can be helpful for the mitigation of greenhouse and global warming effect. Also, by the proper usage of the renewable energy system, social and economic benefits such as local employment, better health, improvement of life standard, and community development can be achieved. So, how does this market work? The main commodity of the renewable energy market is the renewable energy certificates or the REC. The REC represents the environmental attributes of the energy generated from eligible RE facilities such as solar, wind, geothermal, run-of-river, hydropower plants, biomass, impounding hydropower systems, and ocean. The REC will be issued for every 1 megawatt-hour of actual generation of these eligible resources. And, each megawatt-hour is equivalent to 1 REC. Each REC has a lifespan of 3 years, and it will expire after 3 years from the date it was issued. This REC will then be issued to the corresponding mandated participants for their RPS compliance based on the RPS rules issued by the Department of Energy. Meanwhile, the RPS stands for the Renewable Portfolio Standards. This is a market-based policy mechanism under the RE Act, which requires load-serving entities to source an agreed portion of their energy supply, or energy that they source for their end users, from eligible RE facilities. The RPS aims to attain the Philippines' target of 35% in the RE generation mix expressed in megawatt-hour by the year 2030. Based on the RPS rules for on-grid areas issued by the DOE, the minimum annual increment required is initially set at 1% per annum. Note that this may be adjusted, subject to the assessment of the DOE, and the National Renewable Energy Board or NREB. So, who are the expected members of the RE market? The membership in the market is categorized into 2 categories. These are the REM trading participants and data providers. The REM trading participants are as follows. First are the RPS mandated participants. These include the on-grid distribution utilities, serving captive customers, including privately owned, electric cooperative, LGU owned and controlled, and economic zone utility. All suppliers of electricity for the contestable market, as defined in the APIRA and pursuant to retail competition and open access RCO. And generation companies who serve directly connected customers registered in a WCO. Please note that the registration of RPS mandated participants in the RE market is mandatory. The next category of REM trading participants are the RPS eligible generators, which can either be mandatory REM generators or voluntary REM generators. The RPS eligible generators are those facilities that came into commercial operations after the passing of the RE Act, or from 2009 onwards. The mandatory REM generators are classified as follows. Generation companies owning eligible RE facilities that generate electricity into the WCO pool. Embedded eligible RE facilities that are members of the WCO. Hybrid system or dual-fired generator, provided that the facility has been in commercial operation starting 2009. Meanwhile, the voluntary REM generator includes the following. Net-metered RE generation facilities. Embedded non-WCO RE generators. end users with RE generation facilities, for its own use. And RE generation facilities accredited, under the Green Energy Options Program. The voluntary REM generator facilities, shall be registered by their host distribution utilities. Thus, the host DU, shall assume the obligations, under the REM rules and manuals, of such registered voluntary REM generators. The last membership category in the REM are the data providers. These are the WCO operator or the Independent Electricity Market Operator of the Philippines, and the National Transmission Company or Transco. The WCO operator shall regularly provide the following data to the RE registrar: the metered quantity and bilateral contract quantity for the issuance of RECs corresponding to the generation of WCO RE generators. On the other hand, the Transco shall provide the following to the RE registrar: metered quantities pertaining to FIT-eligible facilities. Data on FIT-all tariff remitted, by mandated participants, and NGCP, for directly connected customers, to serve as basis in allocating FIT-RE generation, to mandated participants. The operations of the RE market is rather simple. It has four main processes, which include the following. First is the data collection. The RE registrar shall collect from data providers and host distribution utilities, with registered voluntary generators, all the data needed for the calculation and issuance of RECs. Once collected, the RE registrar shall then process the issuance of RECs in digital or electronic form, based on actual generation from eligible RE facilities, to the default REC owners. Then the next process is the REC trading. This process is actually optional on the part of a REM participant. The trading of RECs in the market will be done using the platform called the Philippine Renewable Energy Market System, or the PROMS. In that system, there will be a bulletin board where participants who have excess RECs can post the number of RECs they have available for sale, and, for those who have shortfall, the number of RECs that want to buy. The price of each REC shall be within the limit or price cap set and approved by the Energy Regulatory Commission. The negotiations between the selling and buying party will happen outside of the market. And, once they have agreed on the price and volume of RECs, they will trigger a transfer request of RECs from one party to another, using the PROMS. The last process is the monitoring and compliance. All retired RECs will be considered as proof of compliance to the RPS requirements of mandated participants. The RE registrar shall monitor and report the compliance level of each mandated participant by submitting an annual report to the DOE. In terms of governance structure, the DOE shall establish and set the policies for the operations and enhancements of the RE market, and promulgate rules and manuals. The DOE is also empowered to impose administrative fines and penalties for any violation of the provisions of the RE Act, its IRR, and other related issuances. The ERC, on the other hand, shall approve the REC pricing methodology and set the price cap. It will also approve the market fees and the cost recovery mechanisms for the RPS compliance of mandated participants. The RE market will be administered and operated by the Renewable Energy Registrar, or RER, under the PEMC on a non-profit basis. The ultimate governance of the RE market is the responsibility of the PEM board. The majority of the governance functions will be carried out by the REM Governance Committee or the RGC under the oversight of the PEM board. The RGC will also take the lead in the review, approval, and endorsement, through the PEM board, of proposed changes to rules and manuals to the DOE. The PEM board has appointed the RGC with members composed of an independent member from the PEM board, the RE registrar, and one representative each from the electric cooperative sector, private distribution utility sector, and RE generation and suppliers sector. The RGC will also have the authority to recommend to the PEM board the imposition of sanctions on RE market members, if the breach of the RE market rules was proven, through an investigation, carried out by the Enforcement and Compliance Office or ECHO of PEMC. Like in the WCO, RE market participants shall also designate a RE market compliance officer, who shall be responsible in coordinating with the ECHO, all matters relating to RE market enforcement and compliance. This includes the coordination for the provision of the necessary information and data be required by the RGC and/or by the ECHO. The other governance functions such as market audit and dispute resolution will be covered by the existing governance committees for the WCO. So, Where are we now in the RE market preparations? Currently, the registration of expected participants in the RE market is ongoing. We encourage all expected participants to submit your registration documents. To know more about the requirements, you may visit our website www.wesm.ph/downloads for the list of registration requirements and other relevant information. The RE Registrar has also conducted a series of online trainings on the fundamentals of the RE market. We will also schedule hands-on training for the use of the PROMs within the last quarter of 2020. We hope you learned something about the RE market today. For any questions and concerns on the RE market, feel free to contact the RE Registrar through PEMC's Corporate Planning and Communications Department via email at our.registrar@wesm.ph. Thank you. And have a great day ahead.